Marcus Chen had always been the kind of man who helped stray cats find homes. So when he discovered a small, shivering creature with luminescent blue skin and oversized amber eyes hiding behind the dumpster outside his apartment complex on a rainy Tuesday night, his first instinct wasn't fear. It was compassion. The child, no more than 6 by human standards, spoke in melodic clicks and whistles that somehow conveyed universal distress. Her clothing was torn, revealing patches of skin that seemed to absorb and reflect the streetlight in mesmerizing patterns. Marcus didn't hesitate. He wrapped her in his jacket and brought her inside. The authorities were baffled. First contact protocols existed, but they were designed for adult diplomats, not lost children. After weeks of bureaucratic confusion and failed attempts to locate her origin, Marcus found himself signing adoption papers for a being from the stars. He named her Luna, after the way she seemed to glow softly in moonlight. Luna adapted to human life with remarkable speed. She learned English within months, her natural linguistic abilities far surpassing human capacity. But what struck Marcus most wasn't her intelligence, it was her capacity for joy. She laughed at his terrible jokes, helped elderly Mrs. Patterson with groceries, and had an uncanny ability to comfort anyone who was sad. Years passed. Luna grew taller, her bioluminescent patterns becoming more complex and beautiful. She excelled in school, not just academically, but socially. Her teachers often commented on her extraordinary empathy and ability to resolve conflicts between classmates. She was, Marcus often thought, more human than many humans he knew. Then came her 16th birthday, and with it, the knock that changed everything. The woman at the door was unmistakably Luna's biological mother. She shared the same ethereal beauty, the same luminescent skin patterns, though hers were more intricate, suggesting age and wisdom among her species. Her name was Zarathine, and she spoke perfect English with an accent that sounded like wind. Chimes. "I have come for my daughter," she said simply. Marcus's heart stopped. Luna, who had been doing homework at the kitchen table, dropped her pencil and stared. Zarathine explained that Luna belonged to the Lumari, a nomadic species that traveled between star systems. Their ship had been damaged during a routine exploration mission near Earth 16 years ago. In the chaos of emergency repairs, Luna, then called Shiara, had wandered off and become lost. By the time they realized she was missing, their failing life support systems forced them to leave. "We searched for her for years," Zarathine continued, her amber eyes glistening. "When we finally developed the technology to return safely to Earth, I expected to find her dead or traumatized. Instead, I find her thriving, happy, and loved." Marcus braced himself for the inevitable demand to take Luna away. Instead, Zarathine asked something that left him speechless. "May I stay with you both?" She explained that Lumari society valued emotional bonds above biological ones. Luna had clearly formed an unbreakable connection with Marcus, and more importantly, she had learned something the Lumari had lost in their centuries of space travel: how to truly care for others. "Among my people, we have forgotten how to love unconditionally," Zarathine admitted. "We are logical, efficient, but we have lost our warmth. Watching my daughter from afar these past weeks, I see she has learned something invaluable from humans. She has learned to put others before herself, to find joy in simple moments, to be truly compassionate." Luna finally spoke, her voice trembling with emotion. "I want both my families," she said. "Dad taught me what it means to be loved unconditionally, but I also want to know where I come from." What followed was perhaps the most unusual family arrangement in galactic history. Zarathine moved into the spare bedroom, learning human customs while teaching Luna about Lumari culture. She was fascinated by human capacity for emotional sacrifice, how Marcus had given up dates, career opportunities, and personal time to raise a child that wasn't even his species. "Your kind is remarkable," she told Marcus one evening as they watched Luna help a younger student with math homework. We Lumari are intellectually superior, longer-lived, more technologically advanced, but we have forgotten the most important advancement of all, the ability to love someone else more than ourselves. Marcus discovered that Luna's extraordinary empathy wasn't just a personality trait. It was a learned behavior. She had absorbed human emotional intelligence and combined it with Lumari cognitive abilities, creating something unprecedented. 6 months later, when a Lumari diplomatic vessel arrived to establish formal relations with Earth, they found something unexpected. The first successful human-alien cultural exchange wasn't happening in government buildings or research facilities. It was happening in a modest 2-bedroom apartment where a middle-aged accountant, an alien refugee, and their remarkable daughter had created a family that transcended species. The Lumari ambassadors were astounded by Luna's unique blend of human, emotional intelligence and Lumari cognitive abilities. They requested to study this phenomenon, but Zarathine refused. "Some things," she said, "are more valuable than scientific advancement. My daughter has learned that love isn't about biology or species. It's about choice. And Marcus chose to love her when he had no obligation to do so." Marcus never considered himself a hero. He was just a man who had done what felt right. But as he watched Luna teaching young Lumari visitors about human games, while Zarathine helped Mrs. Patterson learn to use her new tablet, he realized that sometimes the greatest achievements come not from grand gestures, but from simple acts of compassion. Humanity's greatest strength, it turned out, wasn't technology or intelligence. It was the ability to love unconditionally, to extend family beyond blood, and to see potential in the lost and abandoned. In a universe full of advanced civilizations, humans had mastered the most important skill of all. They had learned how to truly care for one another, and sometimes that was enough to change the galaxy.